Welcome to Games Overboard. I'm PJ.
I'm Dan. I have a cat trying to attack my stuff. Okay, he's going after me now.
Yep.
Okay. Ow.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Go for the belly.
No.
It's like in Jurassic Park.
Stop it. I'm tender there, you little poop.
So yeah, we have a kitten. He's on the table with us right now.
Just hanging out, doing cat stuff, being a dink.
So Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Ant-Man, Quantumania.
What about it?
And Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Uh-huh. Ow!
Are both available to watch right now.
Uh-huh.
Well, one in theaters.
Yeah. Stop biting!
And I couldn't care less.
Honestly, me neither. Stop it, you doofus. I'm sorry, folks.
How sad
PJ's
is
been
that?
attacking my cords lately, and no, I wouldn't call it sad. I just think it's called burnout.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be so bad if it was like, hey, we've got this movie, and we've been like, oh, that's cool. We haven't seen a Marvel movie in like 2 years.
Yeah.
But
I haven't seen anything Marvel related since She-Hulk. And that was only so I could see Daredevil whenever he popped up. And when he did, I was happy to see Charlie Cox. But that's not the Daredevil I know.
Well, I'm curious
They
to see.
changed him.
Well, yeah, they had to.
I didn't have to.
Yeah, they had to.
But they didn't.
No, they had to, so it would fit the image that they're going with now. Honestly, I want back what Netflix created.
Yes.
Because that was probably the closest you're ever going to get to some of the classic modern comics.
Also, listeners, if you want an amazing show, watch Daredevil.
Yes. I think it's completely off of Netflix, and they put it
Disney
on
has
Disney Plus. And I hate doing this, but if you're going to get Disney Plus for anything,
do it for Daredevil.
do it for Daredevil.
Daredevil and Punisher.
So good.
Yep. But if you watch Daredevil, because he's part of the Defenders, because they had their own little crossover
That was horrible.
thing. But you need to watch the Defenders to get the full story. So you have
I'll just read the side notes.
So you have to watch, well, you could do that too. But you have to watch Daredevil season 1, 2, Defenders, and then season 3. And let's be honest, it's basically 4 seasons of Daredevil because he's like the star of the show.
Well, of course, he was the only one that was relatable.
Jessica Jones. It's relatable to a lot of people.
Okay.
A lot of people call that show, season 1, the best.
That was amazing.
It was incredible. This cat.
This is a weird cat. I just want to tell you something, PJ. This city. Vincent D'Onofrio was awesome.
D'Onofrio was back in Hawkeye, but they nerfed Kingpin too. Like, he's not as scary as he was. He wore the white suit, which was really cool.
That's cool.
But he wasn't as scary as he is in Netflix.
Vincent D'Onofrio is a fucking chameleon when it comes to any film project he does.
Especially when he wears that Egger suit.
I'm sorry, is that better? Yeah, it took me years to finally go, holy shit, that was him.
Yeah, I know, right? I had no idea.
Oh my god.
My mom had a cat that bit its tail off, the tip of its tail. Because the cat chased its tail, so she's like, here. And she grabbed the tail and put it in front of the cat's mouth.
How old was she?
Little.
Oh,
she was
God. Little. Oh. Why was I not told this story sooner?
What the heck was wrong with that cat, though?
What are you doing over here?
Anyways, let's talk some games.
Yeah, let's get back. Hey. What? Ow! You little twit. Don't scream at me. You got yourself into this mess. Okay, speaking of getting ourselves into messes, tonight, guys, we played a classic game, Clank. For those of you who don't know, Clank is a deck building game.
Designed by, oh man, this box was designed by Paul Denon, also the designer of another of our favorites, Dune Imperium.
Oh, yeah.
And you can feel, when you play Dune Imperium, you feel the bones of Clank underneath it.
Oh, very much so. So this is only my second or third time playing Clank. The cat is now attacking its own tail again.
Be careful, he will spin so much that he'll, like, spin right off the table. I've seen him do it on couches.
The cat has a lot of energy. I wish I had that kind of energy.
So if you hear a jingling, listeners,
okay, that felt like he was going to throw
it's Binks.
Okay, yeah, so...
Oh, boy. So, what is Clank?
So
Explain it to us.
Okay, Clank
How do you play?
I'm going to punch you in the face. That's part of the game.
Is it?
No, I just added those rules. House rules.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how you play?
Anyway, so it
What is it? Why is it called Clank? See, the first time I heard, like, the name Clank, I thought it was like,
Don't
you know,
Wake
like,
Daddy?
no, like something about being in, like, a workshop or,
or
like,
something
I
with
thought it was like
machinery.
something steampunky, machinery, you know? And I'm not the only one who thought that, because I was talking to my friend at work about it. This is like a couple of years ago. And he's like, are you like dwarves working in a cave or something? I'm like, we got the cave part right, I guess, kinda.
Kind of. I
Like,
mean,
you're in a dungeon, but
you start.
but
in the
he also
castle and
had
go
that
into the
like
dungeon.
mechanical, like working with tools idea in his head.
I
from
mean,
the
with
title.
that title, yeah, he's at it again.
And don't forget the exclamation point at the
Oh,
end of
I'm
Clank,
sorry.
which makes
It's-
it very awkward when you're typing it out. 'Cause,
Right. So, hey guys, you want to be like Clank?
Yep. And then you have to follow a lowercase word after it.
That's
you
right.
know,
What?
and
You
it's
stop that! You stop that! You little nincompoop! Ow! He bit me.
good.
Little nincompoop.
That's what you get for calling him a nincompoop.
He is a nincompoop.
You're a nincompoop.
I didn't call him Nimrod, although he might be a great hunter one day. We don't know. Don't bite that.
So Clank.
Clank.
So it's a deck builder.
Yes, as I have said many a time.
We love deck builders.
Ow!
For those who don't know what a deck builder is, for most deck builders, Clank especially, everyone starts with the same exact 10 cards. You draw 5 of them, and you have to play all 5 cards. And there are different symbols on the cards. In Clank, there are 3 types of symbols. There's a blue diamond, which is your currency. I believe they call it skill.
I have no idea. I don't know what to call
Or
it.
experience. No, skill. And you use the skill to purchase new cards from a shop. And so then the next time you have to shuffle your deck up, your deck is bigger and more powerful than it was before.
Note to our listeners, we're saying deck.
I mean, maybe you're into it and everything else gets bigger and more powerful also.
Well, I'm sure if we were down in the South, it would let's just move
Let's just
along.
keep going.
Move along, sir.
There are red sword icons, which helps you
Fight.
kill monsters.
Right.
And then there are yellow boots, which is how you move along the board.
I'll just let you know right now that it sucks to get a hand where you don't get to move. And the cat just dropped... Wait, hold on. Was that the cat or was that Angie?
I think that was Angie.
All right. Well, Angie just dropped a cup.
I was trying not to cute.
I hope it was empty.
Let's go put this over here.
Just trying to eat it.
It's
Okay.
not a treat.
So, something I learned a long time ago when it comes to film and theater is never have your co-stars be an animal because they're extremely unpredictable. And
Have you seen Nope? Well, they'll deliver that message loud and clear.
oh yeah, we did a show with a live rabbit who kept eating the paper on the typewriter. And then we had to hold it because it decided that paper wasn't good enough and tried to jump off the table and then off the stage.
Nice.
So,
You can get rabbit leashes.
we didn't have one at that time.
I mean, if you have a...
We were poor college students. And we were doing a college show.
So why would you need yellow boots? Why do you need to move?
Well, so you can progress further into the catacombs of this cave. Dungeon.
Castle. Yeah.
So the main goal is to get down as far as you can without alerting the dragon that lies at the very, very end. Get as much loot as you can, and then get the hell out.
Yep.
That was my strategy, and even though I was the last son of a bitch out, I kicked your butts.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 of us played. Yeah, I did not do well.
No, I was really surprised
Not
because,
at all.
I mean, you're the most seasoned player, and you knew what you were doing, and you were doing pretty darn well,
Yeah,
too.
I was just kind of having fun though. Like whenever we have new players on the table, I usually just kind of dick around.
Yeah,
Every
and
time
then
I
when you
teach
get,
people Scythe, for example, like I'll just do weird things that.
well, you have to
Yeah.
because that's one that you could get really brutal in.
Yeah, yeah. So I was just kind of playing, and I wasn't. It wasn't until like halfway through the game I was like, oh. There are victory points on these cards. I should probably start
pick these up.
getting cards worth points. But yeah, so like there's a push your luck mechanism where sure you could just go to the first level of the dungeon, like because the way the board's set up is the top half of the board is a castle, and then you go underground to the dungeon area, and that's where these artifacts are that are worth points, and you can only carry 1 artifact at a time unless you get a backpack.
Yep.
Then you can carry 2, but your goal is to grab an artifact and get out.
I got lucky. I was able to buy a backpack.
And the deeper into the dungeon you get, the higher the value of the artifact.
Right.
So if you want, you can just go to the first layer of the dungeon, grab a little 7-pointer, and get out, and then leave everyone else scrambling
To get back up.
to
right.
get up in time.
Which I'm pretty sure if we had left him to his own devices, Val would have done that. But Val is also
he tried.
Val is also greedy with points. We've learned this from the other games that we've played with him. Very greedy when it comes to points, and always takes my move. Always. It's all right. I still kicked his butt. Not by much. Only 7 points, but I got it.
So I did notice some things that we'll talk about for what worked and what didn't work. Now that we played with like a four-player game.
Because usually when we play, it's just you or me.
Yeah,
You
I
and me.
played a 3-player game once. I did do a 4-player game with Laura and Ray from Well House Exorcism podcast. We had them. We taught them that because I want to do the legacy version of Clank.
Ooh, I'd totally be down for that one.
Yeah. So, but I don't
Just
want to do
because
it
I
with
know what
just
that one
2
entails.
players. I wanted.
Yeah, it'd be a
I
lot
would like
better
it with the
4.
full 4. But yeah, the Penny Arcade people wrote that. So they say it's like the funniest story.
Oh god.
To go through the whole campaign. It's
Oh, my gosh.
an absolute blast.
That takes me back to college.
Yeah.
Penny Arcade.
Yeah. So I really want to play that. And they just right now on Kickstarter is Clank Legacy 2 going.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, man, I want to get it, but like I haven't even played the first one yet. It's just sitting there staring at me.
Play me, Peter.
So this game, you're just playing cards and moving your guy on a map and collecting things on the map and hoping that, and you will be doing things that generate Clank, which are these little cubes of your color that you put onto the map. And when a dragon icon comes out in the shop, then he attacks. So you throw all the cubes into a bag and you randomly pull out so many cubes and you pray it's not your color.
I got so lucky with this game. How many times did I get hit? Like 3 times?
Yeah, not many at all. I was only 3 hits away from dying.
I know.
All right, so let's get into components.
So
right?
these components are the cards. Really nice artwork on them. Like, they're nothing spectacular to write home about, but they really fit the game and the feel of the game.
And yeah, they're all like a consistent style,
right.
So it all each card meshes with all the others.
Right, it does. It's not jarring when you see one from the other, which is good.
Some of them have flavor text, which is really nice.
Yeah,
I'm usually not one to read flavor text. I just see what the card does and I play it. Like I don't really read them.
I like to read them to see what they have to say.
I happened to read one of them today. Just, the only one I read was one of the portal ones. There's several portal ones.
Yes.
And it's like, make sure you don't use 15 minutes after
eating. Yep. That one was pretty funny. So the cards that you get, like we've stated, you get your regular 10.
Yep.
But you can also get weapon cards, which will help you in deal damage.
Yep.
And you can get your normal things like a mercenary to help you deal damage and everything. Mm-hmm. And what's the other one?
Explorers.
An explorer, yeah.
So you move 2 spaces instead of 1.
That's very helpful.
Yeah. The nice thing is like all the cards you buy after your initial 10 are always better than those first 10.
Exactly.
So
and that's the
your
way
goal is to...
That's the way a good deck builder should be.
Yeah, a good deck builder should give you options to trash those weaker cards.
Right.
And streamline your deck to something...
That'll fit your
efficient.
Style of gameplay. Yeah.
That was one complaint with Dune Imperium, is there's very little options to trash cards.
Oh, yeah.
There might be like one space on the map and a couple cards in the deck that you can actually do that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I still like that game a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That's still probably one of our... I think we've played.
And there are some expansions that fix that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to look at those expansions then.
See, but I have these 3D printed things to organize the game, and if I get the expansions, they won't work anymore.
Ah, crap, that's right.
I can't use them.
Well, hold on, I've got the game too, and I don't have any of those, so maybe...
So you can buy the expansions.
You're telling me to waste money. I got a house I have to fix, man. maybe. So, among these, besides these cards, you get your little cubes. They're just made out of wood.
Yep.
They're all color-coded.
Yeah, typical Euro game cubes. They're just wooden cubes.
Just wooden cubes. And then...
You get a little meeple.
Yep, you get little meeple. And
they
of course, they're all different.
Well, that's an expansion thing.
That's the expansion, okay.
In the base game, they all look like these knights.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say, for this one, I had it looked like a...
Ogre, I think
ogre or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I got the Adventuring Party expansion where everyone has their own little character board, their own special abilities, their own starting deck. So everyone has a different deck.
We're going to have to try that one next time.
I know, I do want to try that. And it goes up to, it's a 6-player expansion too.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is nice. So it adds 2 new colors. Like I had orange and it gave me a little cat icon or meeple.
So I just have to warn you right now, PJ. Tenacious D's new song is playing in my head right now. And I can't get it out. It just popped right in there.
Of course it is. We said it wouldn't be the last time that it'd make an appearance tonight.
It's true. It's true.
So back to the cards, because this is a card game at heart with just a little bit of board motion.
Right.
The cards are such good quality that Dan is holding the initial starting cards. And this is at the end when we're sorting everything back into their proper places. And Dan's like, this feels like there's more than 10 cards. I don't know. I
feel like there are more than 10 cards here. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, they're all here. Okay.
So there's really thick cards.
They are nice, thick card quality. The board itself is just cardboard. Just your typical cardboard.
Double-sided, though, so you get some variety.
Yeah, that's really nice. And, I mean, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good.
I love the artwork of, like, you see this side shot of a castle, but it's been dissected, so you can see all the rooms inside as you're moving
more
down.
Like bisected.
That's the word. Bisected, yeah.
Yeah, and you can see everything as you go down. Of course, you get...
I mean, maybe the castle's laying on its back, and
they just got its innards just strewn all over the place.
And the walls are pinned down.
Well, as you can see here, this was the cause of death. Rot from this wall right there. Black mold.
I thought it was the termites over there.
Ooh, that only weakened one structure, but it's that black mold that really gets you.
Yeah.
Yeah, get into your lungs, really fuck you up, man. And we get a head shake. All right.
We did it.
Yay.
I rolled my eyes too when you missed that part.
Oh, I wondered why the room was shaking. Uh-oh. back on track.
The dragon that comes in the base game, mine was actually chipped.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw.
So part of his, like, one of his horns on his head was, like, chipped off.
It just means you're...
each expansion comes with a different dragon, so I have 2 more dragons that I can swap him out with at this point.
Your dragon has, seen battle damage. He's a well-veteran dragon who's really ready to, fight for his shit.
But you get a really cool dragon meeple. It's like the bust of a dragon, like neck up.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So
I'm glad I didn't encounter him as many times as you guys did.
God. You get a really nice bag for pulling out the dragon
Oh yeah,
cubes.
that is a really nice bag.
So I mean, all in all, the components are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like you have the typical cardboard tokens for gold and things like that. And
Right, and even those don't feel chintzy or cheap or anything. They do feel like they're pretty good quality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any piece on this in this game that you'd pick up and go, well, that's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Even what's really cool is the game, I had to throw it out because I got expansions for it. The game, when you open it up, it has this bright red insert. It's really weird. Like, it's really jarring compared to this, like, gray and black box. And there's no red anywhere on the box.
Well, you had the splash of color right there.
Yeah.
Like,
It is like fire engine red, and it's a pretty decent insert for what it does. Like, there, you know where all the cards are supposed to go and everything. So it's not bad.
Well, that's cool. I never got to see that insert.
Yeah.
You have had this for a while.
Yeah, I have. This game's been around since, I want to say I got it around 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before I even came back.
Yeah, for sure.
But, well, I guess let's talk about what works.
What works? What works in this game, Danielson?
So, for me, I mean, the rules are very easy, just like most deck builders that we've played. The rules are super duper simple to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your deck. This is how many cards you can have in your playing hand. Follow what it says on your card when you play.
I love that all deck builders, like, once you learn how to play a deck builder, like, you know how to play a deck builder.
Yeah, they've got like some
very little that you need to relearn from one game to another.
There are a few like changes. Okay, so PJ just showed me a picture of what that insert looks like. That is jarring compared to the rest of the packaging. Yes, I understand. Holy crap, that's like
it's a very red.
You open
the
box and it's like, wow.
I like it, but
oh my gosh,
it does not fit with the rest of the artwork or anything at all.
No, but now I just had images of a fat dragon thanks to watching
the D&D movie.
The D&D movie.
We
today.
need to do an episode about the D&D movie.
So hey guys, while we're on that little topic, real quick,
this little tangent.
If you want to hear us do quick movie reviews, let us know. That's something that we're passionate about. Me being now divorced from the industry, but having been in it, I love talking about that. I love giving
movies.
insight.
Yeah.
Movies, television. So if you guys have anything you want us to review that's more in that vein, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Drop us a line.
Yep.
Back to the topic at hand.
What else works?
I mean, all the components are fantastic. They work really well with the world that you have set up here. Nothing seems out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Some things only feel out of place if you're trying to play the base game and you have the expansion pieces set in.
Yeah, like I have the Mummies expansion cards mixed in, so it's like, draw a curse, and it's like,
What's a curse? What are we doing? What?
Don't worry about it. Roll the pyramid die. The what?
But that didn't bother me too much. At all. I don't know.
Let's stick with things that work.
What really worked for me are how you get into danger, dropping those stumble. You have a stumble, so you make noise. So you have to add in your little tokens into the area that says clank. So now you've clanked. So that works really well, because the way...
And certain cards are noisy, like the Singing Sword, or there's one where it's just full sprint.
Right.
Where you get to move like 3 spaces or something.
Like, and that's the thing I like, is you've got that risk and reward. I'm like, I almost bought that Singing Sword until I was like, nope, I found something better. But that was a risk I was willing to take because it was worth so much money, and it also did I think that did 3 damage.
Yeah, that's something I was going to bring up, is the risk reward or the push your luck mechanism to it.
And that's really fun, because it you really escalate the game, especially when you have the full 4 people playing. Because you can just keep throwing noise in there. And you can really screw other people over with,
you can really ruin someone's
Some
day.
of the cards are things like, oh, I get to take 2 of my Clank out, but everybody else has to put 1 in. Which Val did to us quite a few times.
Yes.
And it's that kind of stuff, is learning how to play against somebody while still trying to do your own thing.
Yeah. What worked for me, there are a couple things. One, I love comboing cards, and Val was able to do that a couple times.
Oh my god, he got so lucky with that.
Yeah, like they had
That's beginner's luck.
9 cards on the table, because it's like, oh, this card lets me draw 2. I can discard 1 card to draw another 2 more cards here.
Mm-hmm.
This card lets me draw 4, and like, what?
Yeah, jerk.
Like Val moved 8 spaces on their final turn there.
I know. Just raced right up the ladder.
Another thing, I wish I hadn't packed it away, because the Mummy's Curse board, it's double-sided. One side is a Sphinx, and so you're delving underneath the Sphinx. The other is a pyramid, but to make the pyramid, you turn the board 45 degrees, so the top of the pyramid is one of the corners of the board.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it branches out like that.
That is cool.
And then it comes back down underneath the pyramid, it's really
That's
clever.
pretty neat.
Really clever.
So I take it, for that expansion, you're not facing a dragon, you're facing the mummy.
The mummy.
That's pretty cool.
The pyramid's broken into 4 quadrants, and you roll a 4-sided die to see where the mummy is going to be, what quadrant it's going to be in.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And if it goes to your quadrant, you get a curse, and curses deduct... For every curse you have, it's -1 victory point at the end of the game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, that's the Mummy's Curse. It's Clank, but with that little...
Would you say it was the curse of the mummy's curse?
Heh.
Come on. Angry Beavers.
Yep.
Come on.
It's the best.
Love that show.
The idea that... So, again, there's the board is split in half, where there's the castle, and then underneath is the dungeon where all the loot is and everything. And if you happen to die before you can make it out of the castle, as long as you're above ground, then the townspeople will come in and drag you to safety. That's how the rulebook puts it. So you don't get the 20 bonus points for making it out alive, or conscious.
What you don't make it to the top, so you don't get your bonus points, but you still get to keep whatever. But you still
survive, and you get all the points that you collected.
Okay.
So I think that is just a wonderful...
That's pretty neat.
Wonderful little thing to add into the game.
That's pretty neat. All right, so let's talk about things that didn't work.
The first one that comes to my mind, and I hinted at this earlier, was that in a 4-player game, by the time it got to our 4th player, Kylan, there was nothing in the shop for her to get.
Right, I did feel bad.
Every time, there was nothing she could do.
So, and that's one of the things that is a little different from most games that we do that are...
Do.
Yeah, that's what I said. Shush. Don't laugh with him. No, you're laughing at me, right? All right, that's fair enough. Everyone laughs at me.
So what do you do?
Well, so most of the deck builders that we do play have a mechanism where you replenish after you've taken a turn, but this one And a lot of other games do it as well. You don't replenish the store until everybody's gone. And that does create a problem, especially when you get cards like Val had, where you went, holy crap, I've got all these points that I could spend. I want this and this and this and this and this. And then you're left with the other players going, well, shit.
What do I get?
What the hell do I get to do? So yeah, no, that I see that as problematic.
Yeah. Like, I can't imagine a 6-player game.
Ugh.
With only 6 items in the shop, and if one person buys 2 things,
someone's getting screwed.
Someone's not getting something that
exactly.
round. Well, I mean, there are the decks where you get like the
mercenaries or the explorers,
the middling level cards. There,
yeah, but I mean, even those are finite. So
yeah. I
mean, we didn't make it through our game with any mercenaries left. I mean, all the mercenaries were gone before what? I think we had like maybe 4 rounds left for everybody.
Yeah.
So there comes a point where you can't fall back on those anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then if somebody starts taking all the other cards, you really are screwed.
Yeah.
Poor Kylan.
I wish they would have at least stayed for a little bit to tell us what they thought of it.
Yeah.
But,
kids will be kids, right?
Yeah, it is late, so I understand.
Yeah.
Anything else that doesn't work for you?
I mean, for me, no.
Yeah, my only other complaint is that if you're colorblind, this game could be an issue.
Yeah.
There's no way to distinguish those Clank blocks from each other.
No.
And in the base game, if like all of the characters are the same shape.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that to consider. Now, I think I'm sure you can get around that just by having your friends be like, which one am I, and they can draw the cubes from the bag and say what goes where.
Right.
But that's something to be wary of there. I mean, otherwise, though, I'd say this is a solid game, other than...
Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Than that. I will say this game was really fun at 4 players, though. I have, first time playing it with 4 players, and it was fun. It was really fun.
Oh, yeah. It really keeps you on your toes. It's also easy to get a strategy in your mind and then watch it unravel very quickly.
Yep.
Just because of somebody going, well, I got it here first. Yoink. I just took what you wanted. And that can, I mean, like most games, you're like, son of a bitch.
Yep.
I got lucky. My strategy fully formed. Just as we were closing the game, and it worked out for me, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what do you think about the amount of gold? Like, it's hard to get gold in this game, right?
I mean,
it wasn't hard for you because you had some.
I was like, it can be.
Yeah,
it really can be hard.
I got 4 pieces of gold the whole game.
Did you just not have any attack cards?
I did, or I would always use my attack cards to move through
to mitigate danger.
Yeah, move through dangerous passages, things like that.
Okay.
So
okay, yeah, I got stuck to. There was a point where I couldn't do anything but attack. Where I had no movement cards, so I was like, screw it, just kill that goblin.
Yeah,
get me more coins. And that did help me. What are you doing to that cat? Oh my God. And that did help me in the end, because your coins do go into your overall score, as well as any loot you picked up and anything that you picked up with those cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I did get pretty lucky on that.
Yeah. All right. So favorite moments from playing tonight or prior?
Definitely tonight, being able to see 2 things that everybody decided was unimportant, swooping in, grabbing them, and then slowly making my way back up because I was only 1 level, 2 levels down.
Yeah.
While you guys are racing back up. And what sucked was I didn't have any movement cards. I had to use my teleports.
Yep.
Luckily that I had to get myself back out of there in time. And yeah, like I said, my strategy became clear. Like towards the end, like I'll grab this, then I'll grab that, and because I have a backpack, I can get those, and then I'll get the hell out of here.
Yep.
And because the countdown really hadn't begun, I could get out of there. I also like how Val just kept zipping through.
Oh my, he was dominating for a while there, because he had like 9 movement speed one time, and
It's fucking ridiculous.
just zipping all over the place.
Oh yeah, I'll get hurt, I'll take damage of that. Oh, I don't have to get stuck here because I got this card that negates it. Like, dude, you suck. What about you?
Yeah, I really love like being able to see what someone's up to. Like, oh, they're on their way to go, like I did it to you, like, oh, he's going after that thing.
Yeah, you dick.
So I'm like, bump, bump, bump. I take it.
Pissed me off.
It's mine now. And just comboing cards is my favorite. Like, drawing 5 cards. Oh, I can play this so I can draw 2 more, and I can drop this one down to get a new one here.
Yeah, get a new one here, yeah.
That I love that. It's always one of my favorites. Like the Rick and Morty deck builder.
Okay,
I was able to get like 15 cards on the table.
Because you had Jerry. Jerry is the cheapest fucking cards. We're gonna have to play that sometime and do a review on it. That game was so much fun, but fuck Jerry.
I learned that now that we mixed the Jerry one into the base game, it's kind of unimportant now.
Oh, so Jerry's gone back to the de facto piece of shit.
Yeah. But
what?
Poor Jerry.
Poor Jerry. Chris Parnell has made a career out of playing that same exact character. And he does it so damn well.
See, in Succession, which is like my favorite TV show that's on TV right now, there's this one guy he looks and sounds like Jerry.
Like Jerry or Chris Parnell?
Jerry.
Oh, God.
He looks like Jerry.
So he looks like Jerry, sounds like Chris
Jerry.
Parnell.
Yeah, he sounds like Chris Parnell. And he acts like him too, and like, no one takes him seriously, but he thinks he's serious the whole time. And now in the final season, he's like done with everyone's shit, and he's just this awesome character. I love it. But so it's fun to see like what Jerry could be like.
But we've already seen what Jerry could be like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've gotten off topic.
Way off topic. But that seems to be par for the course with us.
Yes. So
As
yeah,
Angie
so
shit nods her head. Yes,
another really cool stand-up moment was introducing this to someone who had never played a deck builder before, which was Lauren Ray. And so this was a couple months ago now. And after it was like 2-3 turns in, Laura leans back, looks at her cards in her hand. She goes, "I've never seen a game do this before." And she's like, This is really weird. Like, she's like, this is such a different way of thinking about a card game. And I'm like, yeah. And Ray, being like the mathematician, he was having fun just kind of calculating like everything in his head, and figuring out what to play next and all that. And so I think that was really cool, just seeing how an outsider or newcomer to the game is processing all the information and things like that.
That's always fun.
Yeah. Because like tonight, you've already played it. Val and Kylan have played Aeon's End, which is a deck builder, so they knew the basics of it.
Right.
So like nothing was like quote unquote new. Right. It was just different.
In the way of game set.
Yeah.
Base game set.
Yeah. Because switching from one deck builder to another deck builder is kind of like going from Halo to Call of Duty. Like, a lot of it's the same.
Right.
There are just some tweaks to the rules here and there.
You got to use the trigger to aim instead of the thumbstick. Clicking the thumbstick.
Like, you're going to old Halo.
Oh, dude, that's the only way to go.
Yeah.
The new stuff, I'm sorry. Just, it doesn't cut it for me anymore.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Let's face it. 343.
I started watching the Halo
suck.
movie again.
Yeah?
The, Forward Unto Dawn.
Oh, okay.
Such a good movie. I like it.
Did they cancel the TV show already?
No.
I'm sorry.
Well, they greenlit 2 seasons.
Okay.
Like, immediately, without the first season ever airing. They just said, we're making 2 seasons, like, guaranteed. So, I wonder if there's going to be a season 3. You know?
From what I've seen...
Season 1 was garbage. It was the worst.
I don't know why they didn't just stick with the story that Bungie laid out. You
Yeah.
don't need to add to it. If you want to add to it, go to the goddamn books.
Yep.
There's so much stuff there that you can work with.
I'm hoping that after the outcry of hatred they got from season 1, that they will fix things in season 2. I'm hoping. It's a big hope.
Yeah. Who's behind it?
Paramount.
Yeah, I don't have much faith in it.
Considering what they've done to Star Trek.
Yup.
So, anyways, we've gotten off topic again.
Again, if you guys want to hear us talk more about this kind of stuff, let us know and tell us. what you
Halo,
want us to talk
especially. I
about.
could talk hours about Halo.
I'd have to get myself caught up
Make
with
a Halo
that
pod.
stuff, but
Oh, we can talk about the originals.
oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
How many hours we spent on those games?
yeah. Moving on.
Sorry, I just
There needs to be a good Halo board game.
is there a Halo board game?
There's several. There's Halo Risk, where it's like a really long board to simulate the ring.
Oh god. Okay.
There's another Halo Risk where it's like the universe and you're going from planet to planet.
Doesn't
Kind of
sound
like Star
as
Wars
fun.
Rebellion. Yeah.
Okay.
And then there is, and I had it before I got into the hobby and I was intimidated by the rules, so I sold it, a Halo skirmish game.
Oh,
Where
see,
it has
that I
like
could get
3D
behind.
terrain and little Spartans and little elites and grunts
Why
and stuff
did you
that you
sell it?
Yeah, I know, right? It's I can find it used for like $30 though, so
Dude, let's do it. I'll throw in some money.
Yeah. And it comes with a DVD, so you can like do like a little campaign.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely take a look at that.
Yeah. So Clank, how do you feel? Like, would you, in terms of like someone who's brand new to deck building, would you recommend this game? Or would you-
Absolutely. No, this game definitely would probably be the easiest to introduce someone to a deck builder. It is the basest of deck building as far as I've can tell when it comes to deck builders, and we've played a lot.
Yeah, we've played Alien, Predator, Rick and Morty. Well, Rick and Morty might be
The basest
more
of
basic because there's no board to move around on.
It's just straight
cards.
cards. Yeah, but in the way of like the deck building plus other,
Yeah.
plus add-on aspect. This is probably the basic. Like
Yeah,
the
this was
basest
the
you're gonna
first
get.
deck builder I ever played.
So definitely, absolutely.
Yep,
I would highly recommend this to anybody that wants to get into a deck builder.
for sure. There's a Clank in space, and I'm told that it's a lot better because
Okay.
it's randomized.
Ooh.
The board is modular.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
and then
cool.
there is a Clank Catacombs that just came out like last year, and it's Betrayal at House on the Hill style, where it's tile based. And you
ooh.
build the dungeon as you explore it.
Ooh.
That one's supposed to be really good.
Oh, Did we do an episode on that?
Shannon, Jack, and I did. It was our
Okay.
first episode.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot I wasn't really here for the first few episodes.
Yeah, the first couple, just the first one, because episode 2, I think, was Sniper Elite.
Was it? I thought that was until episode 4.
Mm.
Whatever.
Is it
Anyway,
Star Wars?
what? Yes, I guess you could say I was A New Hope, and
No, I'm just lost.
wow. Thanks for having such great confidence in me, Angie.
It was like millions of voices all calling out.
All crying,
Crying out.
Yeah, there you go. Get your nerd shit right, yo.
All right. Well, yeah, this game is great. definitely buy. Solo mode. I want to bring this up real quick before we end. You need an app to play solo mode.
Okay.
But it is so much fun. I've had a lot of fun playing this game solo mode, where it will.
How low can you go?
Solo.
Oh.
So as you're playing, once you take your turn, the app will then take its turn, and it will be like, remove cards 1 and 5 from the shop and replace them. And if a dragon pops up, initiate dragon attack. And so it simulates someone taking cards out of the shop and things like that.
All right.
And so you're playing against yourself in a way, because there's no one else on the map taking things from you, but it is taking things out of the shop. And the dragon's attacking, so it's, you against the clock in a lot of ways.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Really neat. That
is pretty cool.
Yeah, someone who doesn't like playing against your own score kind of thing, like, this one really worked for me, as long as you're okay playing against an app. So.
All right. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add before we end this?
I don't think so. I think we pretty much... said our piece about this.
Sure.
What what is this going for right now?
About 40.
40?
Yeah.
Not a bad price for a game like this.
Yeah, absolutely. You got a lot of stuff in the box.
Absolutely.
Good quality stuff too.
Yeah, and it is a lot of fun. It's definitely something to play with at least one other person.
As you do.
As you do. I would definitely play it with a full group of 4.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I know a lot of people have a hard time getting friends together to play.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think we're so fortunate that we get to do this.
Week to week, day by day.
Let's not talk about that song.
Hither and thither, to and fro.
Oh, I'm gonna
painting the town red, lollygagging around.
Oh my gosh, Leland, that kid had a lot of blood. Oh, sorry, that little boy had a lot of blood. Oh, look, Leland, vapor trails. Leland just loves his vapor trails. Yay!
I'm just a grandma with a cough drop and a tiny Asian doctor on board.
Toy cack. Everything is fucking wonderful.
Whew, it's late.
It's very late.
It is. Oh my god.
It's after 1.
It is really late. Dear Lord.
Shit.
Yeah. So next week I want to do Everdell.
Okay.
I think you'll like it.
Another game that I think that we should play, of course, we need this with a few more people. I definitely want to play Alice is Missing. Yeah. You talked it up. It looks like something that could really fuck with my mind even more.
It up. I talked it up with you.
Yeah,
we haven't talked about it on the show.
No. You talked it up with me, and I did get to take a look at a little bit of it. That game looks absolutely incredible and very basic.
Yeah. Spoiler alert for anyone interested. Go out and buy Alice is Missing. Like, straight up, it is one of the most incredible things I've ever experienced around a table.
Just from what I've read and what you've said, it's really the human experience without real communication.
It is intense.
Which is just ridiculous to me.
It's all done through text on a phone, which is great for people who are uncomfortable role-playing because you don't have to say anything. You're just texting the whole time. So it is fantastic. And there's a soundtrack that goes along with it that you have to play because there's a timer that goes with it. And it's so good because the soundtrack interacts with the events of the game. And
that is something that I would love to get together with our Discord group.
Yeah.
Anybody that would be interested in that would be just awesome.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah. At some point, I do want to do that. Like, I don't know. It'd be hard to do that a second time because I would know. Well, depending, I'd know some of the plot twists that are coming.
Right. Well, then that's what you would just be the
moderator.
Yeah, the moderator. Yeah. Okay, so back to other topics. Clank, awesome. Buy it.
Yes.
Definitely look into it.
Everdell coming soon. Review on that.
Right. We also have a Godzilla review to get out to you guys and a Fallout review.
Yep.
We wanted to do it tonight, but
the person who lent us the games wants to be.
he want.
here for
Well,
it.
I really want him to be present for it. One, so we can teach him, and two, so he can give us his perspective on it as well. Being a fan of both the franchises, and like
it's his
two of
game,
us.
yeah.
And it's his game. But we'll have to wait for that.
Yep.
Later, and I wouldn't mind playing those games again either.
Yeah, especially Fallout. I want to get.
I want to try and get into that because I told him I told him we weren't too keen on it. He's like, no, I heard it was so good.
We have to give it a second chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's coming down the pipeline, everyone. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
See ya.